for joining me today. Today I am trying to create roses from the cuttings, but this time what I'm going to do is try to create cuttings from the bouquet of the roses. So as you can see, they are my favorite roses. Any of you guys that are watching my videos, you know that I love hybrid tea roses, and I am still in Colorado, and it's kind of chilly. We actually had a really good weather here, but unfortunately it's difficult to garden here just because of the drastic changes of the weather. So we have a really nice weather, warm, sunny and everything. There's a lot can be done in the garden, but in the evenings it gets below freezing, and it varies, goes from 60 during the day and then below freezing at night. Such a drastic change in the weather that it's almost impossible to do anything really in terms of planting or stuff like that. But so I am really having difficult time not to garden. I've been in Colorado for a while. I'm going to stay here for just a little longer, helping mom and dad. And so I'm trying to still put my hands in the dirt and do some things because I really miss the gardening. The other day I was in the supermarket and I realized that there were such a beautiful roses there. I was looking and you can see I chose these particular ones with the white petals with the dark red, kind of raspberry red, I guess, the edging. And I fell in love with them and I thought, what if I try to propagate the new roses from the bouquet? So I started researching, and some people say this is definitely not a good idea, and some people say it is possible. So I've listened to many opinions about it, and it does make sense. It does make sense to think that the cut roses or cut flowers usually travel quite a bit, and they're not as strong as obviously if you would have started a cutting from like a mother plant from the garden. And usually I'm not very good at creating cuttings just because I'm such a curious person. I always want to find new and more interesting plants all the time. And so I don't really, obviously we don't have that much room to create so many of the same plant. But, like particularly these ones were so beautiful, and I thought maybe I can just try to create some. So let's just start from the talking about a little bit cut flowers. So cut flowers definitely, obviously they're made in, they have grown in a different environments, like greenhouses, and some of them have a different environment, like grown in South America, like Ecuador or other places where they're being shipped to the market, especially in Valentine's Days and other times, so for special occasions. And they have to be in at most beautiful shape and most beautiful flower because they're for sale, on sale for special occasions. So even if I propagate some of this and it works out, it doesn't necessarily mean if I grow this particular rose in Colorado in our environment, it may be as beautiful as this. We don't know that, but the environment really does make a big difference on how the plant grows. And so, but you know what? I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try because I love pushing my borders sometimes and trying to experiment different things and see how they will work and learn for myself. So I'm going to try to start the cuttings and see how it will work out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I will update you, but I'm going to try anyway and learn. So I just wanted to show you this particular one I already started. Like this one I started about 2 weeks ago, I believe. It's a different type of rose. It's a hybrid tea variety, but it's a red rose. But I just wanted to show you that this particular one I started about 2 weeks ago. Today I noticed that the leaves are right here. It's not looking as good as it used to, like a couple of days ago. However, I'm noticing that these sides here, these are all new since I started this cutting. And this one, for this particular cutting, I didn't use any hormone rooting powder. But for this one I did. These are two different roses. So, but this one, you can see it's starting to grow just a little bit on the sides already. It's showing little growth right here and right here, and a little bit right here, as you can see. So we have to leave a little bit of a leaf because this, if you leave a little leaf, just a small part of leaves on it, it actually feeds the plant. So I left a little bit. It's not looking that good, but I am monitoring to see if this will work or not. So as I said, one has a rooting powder on it, hormone powder. This one does not. So, and this one I am about 2 weeks in. Usually they say it takes about 4 weeks for them to start developing roots. So we'll see how it goes. In this container, I have 2 cuttings, as you can see, and both are from this particular rose. So I already started some, and I have 2 more. I actually I purchased the whole bouquet because I loved it so much. I've been going to my favorite stores in Colorado where I used to shop when I used to live here. One of the stores that I love to go is the Home Goods, and look at this. I purchased this beautiful vase here, and I was so excited to cut my roses and arrange in this vase. So I cut all these roses because obviously I started cuttings from all of them, and I had to cut them. So I went ahead and rearranged all those cut roses in this beautiful vase. So I'm going to rearrange these 2 there as well. So what I am doing, we'll start here. So I'm going to put plant the cuttings in this container, and this is a milk carton. I already cut the milk carton. I have created holes underneath, so make sure we have a good drainage. And this soil has been soaked with the water really, really well to ensure that the cuttings will stay, it will stay nice and moist for the cuttings. But one of the things you have to do in this kind of a circumstance is make sure that your soil stays moist at all times. So here we go. I'm going to, let's see, this has been in the water for a while, so I'm going to remove this part to start with a little bit of a fresher edge. So I'm going to cut, like that. And then we need to make sure to cut from the sturdy part. So like here, it seems like it's a little weak as it goes the neck towards the flower. So what I'm going to do is cut about right here and preserve this leaf right there. So here is another small rose, which is going to go in my bouquet right there. Here, I'm going to shave the top layer just a little bit like that. Just to peel the skin a little bit. And then, basically, this is my rooting hormone powder, which I'm going to stick my stem into it a little bit like that. Take out, and here we go. The hormone powder sticks to it quite well. Then I have a little pencil. With the pencil, I create a little hole for the stem to go in, and I don't want to just stick into the soil just because I have a hormone powder right here, and I don't want that to kind of be smudged everywhere. I kind of like to stay in place, and therefore I'm going to create a place for it to go in immediately, just like that. Here we go. And as far as you can go, it's great because we want the eyes of the plant to be in a soil as possible. And I'm going to gently close up that little space where I placed the stem. Make it nice and tidy around it like that. And for the leaf, I think I'm not, usually I like to cut the leaves in half, but this so they don't take too much energy. But this one, since I don't have any other leaves here, I'm going to preserve this one leaf. I'm just going to leave that and see how it will work. Here we go. So I got one done. I have another one that I'd like to get done here. So let's see. You always check for the eyes, and looks like I have 2 eyes here, but I do want to go into the little fresher give a little fresher start, which is I'm going to remove the area that has been in the water quite a bit, and then check the end. So I think I'm going to cut right here, and I'm going to place this beautiful rose here in the water. And all these plants came with it in the bouquet, and I preserved that just because I love them. It's beautiful. I think this is an oleander leaf. This one might be Sweet William. I might be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. And this one, it seemed like it's an oriental lily leaves. That's what I think anyway. So, but it looks beautiful either way. Here we go. So I'm going to remove this guy. And you can see there's little eyes right here, which are, as you can see, they start kind of bulking up a little bit, and then that's where you will see the new growth. And I'm going to remove this one leaf. I'm not sure. Maybe I will just cut this one and keep a little bit, maybe like that. I might just cut like this. And maybe a little bit of this. Okay, like that. And at this point, I'm going to scrape off the top layer of the skin, like that. I don't want to touch the eye too much. Be careful with it. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't make any difference, but you know, I'm hoping that this is where I will have roots developing, and I just don't want to be too harsh on it. Here we go, like that. So, okay, and then we'll just go into the rooting hormone powder. And you know, some people recommend rooting hormone powder. You can do definitely without it. Normally, if you are creating cutting from the mother plant from your garden or your friend's garden, that you immediately cut it and then you immediately start your cutting, you know, you have a better chance of obviously starting your healthy plant without a question, because because all the sugars and everything that you know, it's still intact. They're still very fresh. You know, these guys probably have been on the road for a while, and you know, they're tired. So it's more difficult to start, you know, create from the bouquet. And I don't even know if it will work out, but I'm going to try. So, and I'll update you guys. Here we go. I have another one. But I just thought, how wonderful. If you find a roses that you love and that they look so beautiful and you wish that you would have one in your garden that would bloom all the time, why not? Why not to start something like this? And it's, you know, the rose that you choose that maybe you can't find otherwise, and you know, it's quite inexpensive to start a rose like that, especially the one you love. So here we go. I just bring the soil close to the stems like that, and as I said, soil is moist. I don't need to water. I soaked it really well yesterday. But we do need to keep it moist at all times in order to achieve rooting, to achieve the roots. So here we go, guys. We'll see how it all works out. Usually they say it takes about 4 weeks or so for us to really notice a big difference. As I said, I'm kind of excited to see this little growth. I hope it stays and does well. We'll see. But this guy has been there for about 2 weeks. And I will update you as soon as I see some growth, and you know, I know that there is roots developing. So I will let you know how it all goes. And hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my videos if you like them. And have a wonderful week. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.